In this video, I'd like to show how to use the Revolved Boss Base feature in SolidWorks. Let's go ahead and start a new part. And before I do the Revolve feature, I'd like to just create a base off of which we can do that feature. So let's go to Extrude Boss Base from the top plane here. And I'd like to do a hexagonal feature because that's a very common one you'll see between nuts and bolts and screws and all that. It's a feature that you'll see a lot. So let's take this polygon feature here, select the center point, and drag out our shape. And now we can dimension the side here. Let's just make that 1 inch there. Now you can see it's actually still floating. It's still able to rotate. So we can just take one of these lines here and either make it horizontal or vertical if we like. Just make that horizontal just to fix it. All right, with the sketch done, accept that. And let's just make that 1/2 inch tall. All right, so there's our base. And now for the revolved boss base, like the circular pattern, we're going to need a center axis to rotate about. And so I'm going to go ahead and create one on this feature. We may have one in the sketch to use, but just in case we don't, I'd like to show you how to use this axis feature to create a center axis. And let's go ahead and grab the axis. And since there's no circular feature on this part, we can use two intersecting planes to create our axis. You can see we've got a front plane here and a right plane here. Once we select both of those, you can see there's the axis that we need in the center of the part. All right, so finish that out. And now we can go to our Revolved Boss Base. And this drop-down menu, when you're in editing some feature, this drop-down menu gives you your access to the feature tree, since this section is taken up by whatever feature you're doing. So to choose the face, let's go ahead and use the front plane so we're looking directly on. All right. Now when doing a revolved boss or even a revolved cut, you're really only looking to draw half of the feature that you're eventually going to end up with. So let's go ahead and do that now. Let's just do a simple feature here. Let me go ahead and grab the center. Where's that line? There we go. Let's start at the center there, come up, and we're just going to do kind of like a barbed fitting that you'll see a lot. All right. We can dimension that quickly. Okay, now that we've got this sketch fully defined, again, I'd just like to point out that all we're drawing, eventually we're going to end up with a fully revolved feature, but to do that, we're only drawing half of that. The profile that we need to revolve is only going to be half of the cross section of the final feature. Now, once we're done with that sketch, finish the sketch. And here we are in the revolve feature, and what they're asking for is that axis of revolution. You can use the axis that we created earlier within the base, or you can see you've also now created another axis in the center of that part, since we used a plane at the center and created this line through the center of the sketch. You could use that. So let's choose the axis here, and you can see now you have your revolved feature previewed. And again, there's other other options as far as how to create the revolve feature based on your design. But for now, we're just going to do a blind 360-degree revolved feature. So with that done, there you have a revolved feature on your part.